Sorry that it's been a while. Um, Basically, my timetable and stuff changed at work, and it's a lot more hectic than it was previously. And I just have not had very much time for the hobby as of late. And I've just, yeah, pretty much, I've just been non-stop all day, every day, except for Wednesdays, which I like to be my um, relaxed day pretty much. And yeah, I haven't gotten around to some stuff. The first thing I want to highlight is we did have a batch 2 weeks ago. Um, so this being the Captain America stealth suit, they also got the artisan exclusive in a couple of ones of those. Agent Venom, they finally got the exclusive Nightwing, the size 18, the suited Daniel Craig, because they got the Commando Crag last batch. The animated Vader. No animated Troopers yet though. And then the Clooney Batman to go off the Robin that came in the last batch as well. Also, we have Chewbacca and the Iron Spider. They also got the exclusive Iron Spider. Now that's our batch. It's a rather small batch, but here's the thing. If you're having certain issues with pop culture or you feel like you aren't being notified on certain things, stick around because I am going through some info. So basically, I want to say it was April. Popcultcha changed their mail system, and it became automated or something like that. I don't know the exact changes. I don't work for Popcultcha. I don't know anyone who works for Popcultcha, and I've found that their helpfulness has declined in recent years, as has their attitude towards customers, um, regardless of how long you've been shopping there for. But basically, they changed their email system. Invoices are no longer like PayPal generated. You can still pay via PayPal, but they don't actually manually generate them anymore. Some I don't know how, but basically they're able. An item goes into stock on the website, and then there is some type of mail client or something that generates all the pre-order numbers, all the totals, and then sends you a link to pay your invoice. It looks really unprofessional, and it almost comes across as a scam, except for the fact that you know that you've ordered something from Popcultcha. But basically, what happens is you get an email, um, and it says your congratulations, your figure has come in or whatever it is, and it has the old style stuff. But then down the bottom, it gives you the amount. Now the amount will give you the amount for the full figure. It's not until you actually click into it that it then deducts your deposit. It'll then ask if you want to pay by card or if you want to pay by PayPal, and then it logs in. Then you just pay your invoice like normal. The issue here is several people in the community that use Hotmail are not getting their invoices and they're not getting the general pop culture communication. So I was one of these people. This started back in April. The batch that had Savage Press and stuff in it, I did not get any um, notifications from Popcultcha at all. I only saw that other people in our group chat were like, "Hey, the invoices are dropping," and then I was like, "Well, I haven't got mine yet," and we figured out that pretty much everyone who didn't have Hotmail got their invoices simultaneously. So I contacted and they're like, "Oh no, we definitely generated and sent you an invoice." And I went, "Well, I didn't get it." So if you contact Popcultcha via the Facebook chat, they will generate you an invoice and so you can pay it. However, I don't know if the 10-day thing still applies here, and I don't know if they're chasing up unpaid invoices. So basically, you might not be aware that you're getting an email because you don't know um, what you're not getting, right? So there could have been an email to say you have X amount of days to pay this, but you wouldn't know because you're not receiving it because you've got Hotmail. My solution to this was changing the email associated with my account from Hotmail to Gmail. Since then, I got all the communication for say Tin and Chewbacca. They arrived Monday evening, so that was nice. Got those. Um, but yeah, absolutely no communication before that. The other big change is apparently pennies have changed in April as well. Now, they reckon this was a bug. I reckon they were just sick of people getting discounts. Um, my personal opinion, whatever. Just the I have not been treated very well by pop culture at conventions recently. Um, Having said that, there was a period where I didn't attend conventions because I was living in Mount Isa. But what was last year? 2025. 2025's Popcultcha Supernova experience was cold. They really weren't interested in offering any sort of discount for buying multiple hot toys. They weren't really interested in trying to move their stock. They were just like, these are the prices, pay them or don't. And then eventually on the Sunday, I was able to get 10% off one figure, I think it was. I honestly can't remember. Um, but yeah, they just went, yeah, he will give you 10%. Now, previously in like 2023, 2024, there were big 20% off signs. They were just like, yeah, if you buy 3 figures, we might do 20% or something. Like, if you buy 4, I'll definitely do the 20. Or if you're not sure, come back. If it's still here in a couple of hours, we'll give you that 20 or whatever. They were like really nice about, and it wasn't the fact that I was being overly aggressive. I was just kind of like, hey, these this inventory's been here a while. What kind of can you do for me, type of thing. And then they were really nice about it. I did notice that the floor staff was completely different last year, though. There was almost nobody that I'd recognized from previous conventions. Um, and yeah, like, yeah. Anyway, sorry for rambling. But basically, pennies have changed. When you went into the pre-order and you made your penny thing, you could generate the coupon, you could add the coupon, and then if you made a really big order, say you ordered 4 figures or 6 figures, that's pretty hefty deposit of $600. You could pay in for that to pay $150 over the 6 weeks, which is normally what I would do. So you would do that, and you would check your pennies balance, and you would get another 3,000-4,000 pennies back because you had 6 to 8 figures in the transaction, right? You had a lot of figures. Apparently, I don't know if they caught on to it or whether it was never supposed to be like that, but they've gone back to the old system where you have to manually ask for the pennies when it's shipped. There are a couple of people who have not had pennies for about 6 months or so because they just checked and realized that none of their orders that had been shipping had been accruing pennies or anything, um, which is it's crazy to me. But I was getting instant pennies up until April. I have not made a new pre-order with Popcultcha since April, so I don't know whether this is the thing. But basically, we've been told that pennies will now be added once the entire order has shipped, which is ridiculous. Because if you do a bulk order and there are 2 Hot Toys that ship in 2026 and there are 3 that ship in 2027, 2028, you're not getting your pennies into 2028. I'm just going to, if this is the case, I'm just going to manually email them every time a figure ships. Where's my pennies? Can I please have my pennies for this? I have not received pennies for. I will be polite about it. I'll just be like, hey, I've noticed that I haven't gotten pennies, but it's a thing. It's ridiculously stupid. You've got an automated system that works. Don't fuck it up, Popcultcha. Um, and yeah, basically, if you email them about pennies, there was one guy that was being ignored for about 2 to 3 days. He eventually had to send, I think it was 4 different messages or something, to the different platforms to get noticed about the issue. Um, it's just a thing. But yeah, if you're on Hotmail, change your email address instantly. That is my advice to you. Look out for those penny changes. Sorry, but this was a longer video and there was a fair bit of rambling, but you need to be aware that this is how things have been since April, and I do not think they are going to get any better, at the moment at least. We will see. Maybe they've had a change of management and the management wanted less discounts, more profit. I don't know. Um, But yeah, be very, very vigilant. Anyway, guys, thank you for the information. I will be doing an upload of a few videos that I took um, last batch, that being the two skiff guards and Plo Koon. So I will do that video as well. Also, I just remembered as well, with the invoice issue, I did not receive an invoice for Baji. The in-art one, I had to manually get that one as well. And it was when I was like, no, no, no. If I'm not getting invoices for stuff that's sold out, like this Chewbacca, I'm changing. And yeah, like I said, I got the invoices for Chewbacca and Star 10 pretty much instantly, and there were still people on the chat that were using Hotmail that did not receive those invoices. So yeah, and also check your pennies, because I did hear of a case where pennies were completely wiped for some reason. I've not heard the solution to that contact yet. I will post something when I find out about it, but I would definitely keep an eye on anything pop culture related. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. Hope the information was helpful.